Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making some malt liquor. Never done this before. This is actually the first time. But I do have the brewing equipment and I do have some recipes and I'm going to give this a shot. I think it's just straightforward. I don't think it's anything complicated versus trying to craft an IPA. So let's get down to this. I'm going to sanitize all the equipment and bring myself to the kitchen and get this brewing. Alright guys, so this one turns out. Whoa. Rubber stoppers, 2 ear locks because I'm going to be using 2 separate gallons. Also this funnel as well, and just need a teaspoon of the no rinse cleanser, the yeast packet, and also the scissors. Now I'm going to get these sanitized. Alright, for this malt liquor recipe, I'm going to be using pale ale. This is malt extract. I'm going to be using maltodextrin. This is going to give more of a mouthfeel to the beer. And I'm going to be using corn syrup. This is going to be dextrose. And I'm going to be using ale yeast right here. So, straightforward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the corn syrup first. Then I'm going to put the maltodextrin. And then after, last but not least, I'm going to be putting the malt extract after that. So, let's get down to this. I got to get the water boiling. I'm going to be putting about 1.5 liters. Alright guys, now the water has come to a boil. I'm going to be putting the corn sugar in first. So it's a pound of corn sugar. Now I don't want the heat too high, so I'm going to just lower it down slightly. Alright, this looks good. I'm going to give you guys more of a close-up when I'm putting this in. Next is going to be maltodextrin. Alright, like I said, this is going to give you more of a mouthfeel when it comes to drinking the beer. So we're going to be putting that next, and then after that I'm going to be putting the malt. Now time for the maltodextrin. Alright. Okay, now it looks like everything is almost dissolved, just a little bit more left. So I'm going to make sure this is all dissolved first. Then we're going to be putting the malt extract in. Take this off, it's too boiling hot. Alright, now time for the malt extract. I use pale ale because I want the malt liquor to look just slightly a little more darker. I should have put this in hot water, I totally forgot to. It smells good. Now we're going to throw that in. We're going to just turn the heat on just slightly, very slight, to a simmer. Okay, and we're going to be pouring this in slowly as I stir. Now the thing is, this is like 3.3 pounds. This is just a little bit too much. But the thing is, I don't want to save this for later. It's because it's just going to go bad if I'm not going to make another batch. This is going to be a lot of sugar. Alright, a lot. This might just bump up the ABV scale as well too. Alright, let's get that all out. Turn up the heat just slightly a little bit more. And let's get this going to a boil. Not boil, but like a nice little slow rolling boil. That should be fine. Alright, now once it goes up to close to a rolling boil, I'm just going to let it sit there for just about a couple minutes and then I'm going to cool it down. And I'm going to prepare my jugs with cool water. And then I'm going to be pouring this inside the 1 gallon jugs. Alright, so I'm going to be using 2 of them because I think this is just too much for one alone. Alright, now I'm just going to fill these jugs halfway with cool water. Alright, now after this, I'm going to be using this funnel to pour what I made in a pot into these 2 gallons. And then we got to make sure that it goes to a low temperature first before we start adding in the yeast. Alright, I got this to a stir and I've been simmering like this for the past 20 minutes. So just gonna give it 10 more minutes and then after that I'm just gonna start bottling them inside the gallon jug. And then I gotta cool it to a temperature of 60 Fahrenheit should be good, 65 before I start adding in the yeast. So I'll just give it 10 more minutes. Alright, now I'm going to be pouring what I brew into the pot into here. I'm going to do half-half since I got 2 of these bad boys. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one. Whew, hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. Okay, that should be good enough. And the reason why I do want to leave out a lot of headspace is because based on the amount of sugars and malt I use, I don't want the rubber stopper and the airlock to pop out because I believe it's going to be really gassy. This is going to be the first one right here, guys. Now I'm going to check the temperature on this to make sure it's correct. That's still fairly hot. That's 97, 95. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit. I was hoping the chill is a lot more quicker. 97. We need this to drop to 75 Fahrenheit at least. I should put way more colder water. I don't want to wait too long, but I have no choice. Don't want to add water because I don't want it to be any more higher than it is. All right. Now, well, 72, that's perfect. So what I'm gonna do before putting in the yeast is that I'm gonna do a gravitation test. So I want to see the potential of the ABV in this. Okay, here we go. Oh dude. This is sitting about 1110, so this is a wow. Going back on the malt, like the amount of malt that I put in, I definitely said it was way too much. But the thing is, I did not want to save any of it for later because I know it's gonna go spoiled. It was like 3.3 pounds, I believe. I believe 1.5 should be enough, but I overdid it. This malt liquor right here can be 14%, so that's pretty high. But after fermentation and we're gonna take the final gravity, it could lessen. Maybe it could lessen to like 13% or maybe 12. So who knows? We're definitely gonna have to wait until later. So what we're gonna do now is just put the yeast in. Alright, now I'm gonna get the rubber stoppers on and the airlock. Okay, what I'm gonna do before I put the airlock on, I'm gonna give it a nice shake. Alright, that should be good. So what I'm gonna do now is just wait. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks for this. And we see how everything looks, and then we're gonna come back to it. All right, guys, so that's a simple process. Hopefully I did everything right. I did add a little bit, well, way too much sugar. I should have used half of the malt extract instead of the whole thing, because with malt liquor you don't want such a high ABV. I would say anywhere from 8+ is okay. We'll see the final gravity afterwards, so I'll be back in 2 weeks, all right, to check how everything's going. All right, stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, this beer has been fermenting for 9 days. I'm not going to go to a full 14 days. The reason why is because there's not a lot of CO2 coming out, so I'm pretty sure the yeast has done its job. Nice coloration. It's kind of like orange brownish. You got a pretty nasty top right here and a lot of sediment at the bottom, so I think this is ready to be bottled, to be honest. Even though it's just 9 days. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start a priming. I'm going to get some dextrose, put it in water, boil it, alright? I'm going to use about like 40 grams for this amount. And then these are the bottles I have. I got these from IKEA. They're about like $3 a piece. But these are pretty cool, right? They're pop tops, right? And the reason why I put tape here, I was afraid that it was just going to blow right off, because when I had it on, it wouldn't stay in position. So this kind of helps. So I'm going to remove that, and then we'll start the priming and then the bottling. Alright, so I got a bucket where I'm going to start bottling all this stuff. So let's get down to this. Alright, now I have the prime sugar ready. I'm just going to wait for it to cool down before I do this. And I'm going to get a reading on the final gravity. Original gravity was 1105. I misread that one. It was 1105 to be exact. So it's 1050. I did the calculations online. So this should be sitting about 7.22% in ABV. So that's not bad for malt liquor. That's actually pretty good. So I was expecting it to be a little more higher, but I guess not. But 7.2% is still high. It's still high. And it's a good range for malt liquor, to be honest. So I'm gonna try this out. Let's see how this tastes like. Whoa. Whoa. That definitely tastes like malt liquor. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like, oh my god, it does taste like Old English. We're gonna bottle it, we're gonna do all that stuff and see how it actually tastes as the final product, alright? Oh boy. Alright, let's get down to bottling. Alright, so I'm gonna put all of this in this bucket from here, and I'm gonna be bottling it from this, so it's a lot more easier. And the thing is, when you're pumping, actually you want it against the bucket. You don't want it gashing everywhere in there. I'm gonna try my best. I wish I had a longer hose, but it is what it is. Alright, everything is in this bucket. What I'm gonna do now is put the dextrose. It's been cooled down for a fair temperature, so you don't want it boiling hot when you pour it in there. I just took one of the plastic tubings, just cut it a little short, and inserted in the bottle filler, and now I'm gonna put it here. There you go. Voila, now that works. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna fill it up. That's a good enough headspace. Yeah. That's it. First bottle. Alright, so I'm gonna put that aside. I'm gonna fill the 5 more, and let's get down to business. Alright guys, look what I found. A 40-ounce glass bottle. Just sanitize this. I'm gonna get this one going. 40 ounce. Alright, finally the bottling is complete. Oh man. First and foremost, I got the 40 ounce right here. I got the 6 12-ounce bottles. I got the half-liter pop-off tops. And I got 6 of these. So altogether, they're about 6.2 liters, almost to be exact. All right, there's a couple spillage and stuff, but yeah, we got about 6.2 right here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna store it at room temperature for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna refrigerate it for 1 day, and I'm gonna start drinking it. All right, so stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'm excited to try this. Gotta wait 2 weeks. All right, peace. Alright guys, this is the final product. Grizzly 72 malt liquor, 1.1 liters, 7.2 in ABV. And the reason why I decided to call it Grizzly 72 is 72 is based on the ABV amount. Grizzly, I want to come with something aggressive. I was thinking the Bear's Ale or something like that, but that's not a name I really like. So when you think about a bear, you think about a grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are more aggressive than black bears, so I'm like, okay, why not just put grizzly together with the ABV count? So Grizzly 72 was the name I came up with, and I think it's a pretty good name, to be honest. Got a picture from Google, so this was actually from Google. I cut that out, and I just used Adobe for the text, right? So Can't wait to try this. Let's get down to it. There's a lot of sediment at the bottom. I felt like I should have filtered this more. But either way, I decided to bottle it for only 1 week instead of 2 weeks. I felt like the fermentation process was a lot more shorter. So I'm like, maybe the bottling process will be a lot shorter too. But 2 weeks is usually an average. But I'm gonna just do 1 week. I'm gonna try it out, see how it tastes like, and let's get down to it. Let's go. Oh yeah, a little bit of carbonation there, not a lot. If I waited 2 weeks, it probably would have been better. But hey, it's not bad. Carbonation, a little foam coming out. The smell is really sweet, first of all. Really, really sweet. Really malty as hell. So let's give it a sip. Oh yeah. Great. I just released so much of the sediment down there. Oh great, that's not good. That's not good. Either way, it tastes like malt liquor, but a lot more sweeter. When I first tried it, I was thinking about Old English, but it's nothing close to Old English. Something a little different, but really, really sweet. Based on the amount of sugar I did use. It's a medium body, a little bit more than a medium body, to be honest, because the amount of maltodextrin I did use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink all this nasty sediment at the bottom and then just clear the bottle up, right? So let's go. Actually, by drinking it, it pushes it down. This was a fun experiment. It does taste like liquor. It's really strong. I mean, malt liquor. I have a lot of work to do next time when creating this. This is the first time trying it. It turned out pretty well, actually. It tastes pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Too much sediment in the bottom. But either way, nice head going on there. It's actually pretty strong. Holy crap. You don't have to worry about drinking it because once you put it to your mouth, most of the sediment moves back anyways. 1 week is not bad for carbonation, first of all. I felt like this was a more quicker process than the brown ale I crafted, right? And I felt like this is way better than the brown ale I crafted, to be honest. Wow. Ooh, really sweet though. But I think this tastes a lot more better than Old English. I'm gonna say that. Way better than Old English. Old English has that little stanky taste, you know? That really, really stanky taste. This is like more sweet. Oh. Wow. Really good. As soon as you get to the bottom, goddamn, super sweet. All right, guys, I'm just gonna chill on this. It was quite the experiment, the creation. Hope you guys like this video, and hope you guys can learn something too. Not always buying beers is pleasurable. Crafting your own, making your own, and going through the fun experiences like that, just like what I did. It's really self-pleasing, right? It's great. I actually really enjoy this, and I have like more than 6 liters left, so that's pretty cool. I can actually enjoy more of that. I'm out of here, guys. Don't forget to drop thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!